between two human beings. I will define in short.
Your own personal definition.
Friendship is a ship, it doesn't sink.
Hey, come on. I learned that when I was in the school. Anyway, that's a good one. Anybody else would like to? How would you define what friendship is?
Friendship is trust.
Anybody else?
Friendship is trust.
Friendship is trust. Okay.
जो तेरा है वो मेरा है
Anybody else? What do you say? What's friendship?
Friendship is a day of your friend's day.
My chocolate forever. It's a Friend's Day. Part of celebrating Friendship Day is also to understand that we will be able to cultivate. Because for most people, friendship is what the Facebook calls acquaintances. This is a sad reality. But let us not be pessimistic this evening. Let us look also at the possibility which we can have in our friendship. I know all of you would agree with me. Selfish is not something any one of us like. Now, if we were to keep selfishness for a moment to the side and look at the whole, just look at, if you were to look at all of you here, standing here, we find that in the world, there is something called, between one another, an element of love. How many persons you meet in college campuses, workplaces, you don't know, but you honor them and they honor you? How many times you would, sit beside somebody in the bus or in the rickshaw and you don't speak, you're silent, but you just are happy that somebody is there? Is it not true that we are happier to find some people walking when you're walking on a lonely road? Have you ever gone into a conversation while waiting in a long queue, made friends with somebody you never knew that person, or traveled with somebody in the train and then you took the number, never called them anyways? There's a language between the IVs. The heart knows it. We actually have a great capacity for kindness, more than what we ever know. And this we experience it daily from our day-to-day encounter with different people. Now, if we have an amazing possibility to form great friendship, why is it that there are very few people who are good friends or best friends? Sociologists today will tell us that one third of today's generation compared to last generation has zero best friends. That's almost 30% plus. So if I were to take here, around 100 of you, 30 of you may not be able to say I have a best friend. Longer working hours, lesser time for socializing, ambition to get ahead. It crushes opportunity for friendship, isn't it? Some people would say there's a friendship crisis. My analysis is twofold. There's a twofold problem why we are unable to make good friendship or foster good friendship. Number one is, friendship today has become transactional. What do I have to offer and what do they have to offer to me? There's an old saying, a friend indeed is a friend indeed. I think today's saying is, If you help a friend in need, he is sure to remember you. But it's the next time he's in need. It's become transactional. It's become exchange of gifts, useful loans, good neighborhood. We have to work very hard to maintain our image, and we fear that somebody would discover our weakness and the relation would break. Is this what friendship is? Is it not prostitution of the idea of friendship itself? See, we all know crowd is not a company. All human faces are a gallery of pictures, if there is no love, which two people can experience. So, the big challenge for our generation today is that because a lot of our friendships are transactional, we are unable to build or foster great friendships. The second thing is unripe friendships. We are a generation which is looking for quick returns. That may well work in case of money. But if you are looking for quick returns in relationship, you will be disappointed. Friendship takes time to develop. The main reason we get into friendship which is too short and arrive at poor conclusion is because we have not given good enough time. It is like plucking a fruit which is not yet ripe. You would have waited, it would have been ripe and sweet. But because you pluck it before time, it's bitter. If we are looking for sudden results, dreams in friendship, we will be disappointed. Friendship takes time. Now, if we want to build lasting friendships, we need to change this attitude. We need to grow beyond transactional attitude and grow beyond quick returns. That's the only way. There's a lot of marriage counseling today. There's a lot of personal counseling today. There's a lot of, big market for psychologists today. And the biggest problem they face is relationships crisis. If we are expecting too much in too short a life, we'll be too soon disappointed. I read a quote about friendship. To have a long friendship, you should have short memories. Every one of us who have good or best friends, your friendship has not always been good. It's a journey. It takes time. There are ups, there are downs, there are fights, there are times when you don't talk, you come back. All these things happen, but it takes time, and that's how friendships are fostered. Now, true friendship is only possible if it is relational, not transactional. God made us to love people and use things. We have reversed it. We love things and use people. God made us to love people and use things. And because we have reversed the whole thing, we love things and we use people, that's transactional. C.S. Lewis, he said like this: friendship is unnecessary like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things that gives great value to survival. Friendship is not something that it has no value, but that is what gives value to our survival. That's why the greatest happiness is not in possessing something, getting something, achieving something. Rather, it comes in a conviction that you are loved in spite of whatever or whoever you are. I'm sure many of you will say, a friend is a friend who accepts me just as I am. You're right. That's what the relational aspect looks. Real friends are those who, when you made a fool out of yourself, they don't think that we have done a permanent job. Real friends are those who, when the world walks out, they walk in. They accept you just as you are. It costs to be a friend. It costs to have a friend. It costs time, it costs affection, it costs patience. And even today it is true. There are friendships where one would be willing to sacrifice anything for the other. There is no true friendship without sacrifice. Real friendship is relational and it takes time to develop. It doesn't develop overnight, it develops over time. Now, it is a privilege to have somebody as whom you could call as your best friend. And I really, really wish every one of you would call at least somebody as a real, true best friend. With whom you could share with them, your fears, your anxieties, those little secrets nobody knows. But still, the person accepts you just as you are. They don't bother what you become in life, or what you have achieved and what you have not achieved. They just there. That's what real, true friendship is. And I would encourage you that as much as I wish that you would find true friendship, I also wish that you would be a true, real friend to somebody. It's relational, not transactional. It takes time to develop. Let me leave this evening with one more thought. If it would be an honor to have a best friend, what would you think if God would become a friend for you? See, there was a time when Jesus told his disciples, I don't call you servants, I don't call you disciples, I'm calling you friends. What he meant was, I accept you just as you are. You don't have to worry about your image, you can come just as you are. It was an unconditional friendship. People change. Friends sometimes disappoint, but God doesn't. And as much as I wish that you would find a true friend in someone, and somebody would find you as a true friend, I also wish this evening you would also have a greater privilege. Know God, not as some power, some distant thing, but as somebody who's a friend. God is willing to accept us just as we are. God doesn't ask, what can you do for me? God asks, what can I do for you? And I wish and I pray that you would experience not only the privilege of having somebody call you as a best friend, but you will have an honor and privilege to call somebody as your good friend, somebody as God calling you as a good friend. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. We've come to the end of our program, and we wanted you to leave back not just with